6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Through Black and White Eyes. I'm not going to lie, guys, this could go terribly, terribly wrong for 15 minutes. So I apologise straight away for any horrible bad language or anything that goes wrong. And Andy's just dropped out. When Andy comes back, he's literally in Amsterdam. In Amsterdam? He's in Germany. I am so fucking tired. He's on a boat with loads of Newcastle fans going to the game, and he's seen a lot of Newcastle fans from Nufc, and he's going to get them on camera hopefully, but he's just dropped out, so I'm hoping he comes back. Amsterdam, he said ferry, he's off to, yeah, but there we go. Right, guys, the link is in the channel if you'd like to become a member. It really, really, really does help. 99p. We're giving away an Alan Shearer photograph this month. I can't wait to give that away. Bought from Will for charity to give away to one of our lucky members. Don't forget the subscribe button, thumbs up button. Don't forget about our sponsors, Diet Crow. Link is in the description to buy one of their t-shirts. They've got amazing stuff. 20% off, and don't forget to register your interest for one of these badges by emailing the Through Black and White Eyes email address, and we will hopefully be doing them. Right, let's see if this works. This could go terribly wrong. Good evening, Andy. Can you hear me, Andy? I love it. I knew it would go wrong. Andy! I'm going to have to message him saying, can you hear me?
Oh, you want the Shearer top? Look.
Oh, we did. Right.
Can you hear us, Andy?
He's saying, can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Yeah, can you hear me?
This guy's got like 30,000 followers.
30,000? Right.
I have no idea.
Well, okay, shit himself all the time. Alan's got 1.3 million hits, but we won't go there.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Oh, you on mute, Andy?
Mate,
no, mute.
can you hear me?
I can hear you.
No. That's not.
Oh, man. It's not working.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's happening, mate.
Maybe not.
I can hear you. Can you hear me? This is brilliant. This is live TV at its best. Can you hear me, Andy?
Do you remember the days of that? Being down the pond and you.
That is not working, is it? Absolutely brilliant. As you can see, he's already pissed off. He's wearing his brilliant hat. He absolutely loves it. But Andy, I can hear you, but you can't hear me, mate. Let's see if we can video call him. I'm going to ring him. Mate, can you hear me now? Nah, it's crashing. Terrible signal, unfortunately. Oh, man, that would have been so funny if we were able to do it. That would have been brilliant. It really isn't going to work. What a nightmare. I love live TV. It's great. Hey, can you guys hear me all right, by the way? Because obviously he can't. And it's not working on his end.
Are you not there, mate?
Right, can you hear me, guys?
Really?
Can you hear
Let's
me?
go play some bingo.
Okay. So, would you rather play bingo or 2-2 with Dortmund?
I've got 3-2.
I'd rather play 2-2 with bingo. No?
The connection's naff. I'll have to kick him out. Your connection keeps freezing. Gutting. I thought that would have been brilliant for about 15 minutes, but there you go. Absolutely devastating. Right, guys, I'm going to briefly talk about the Arsenal situation. I've been having their lives on Twitter all day. Everyone's been having their lives on Twitter all day. Everyone's been having Ian Wright's life. Gary Neville, Jamie Carragher, everyone's had their life. So I'm going to have one more little say on the result at the weekend. And it's all about this. Now, this, pathetic, absolutely pathetic. So as a captain, Jamal Lascelles is going up to the other captain and saying, come on, shake hands, end of the 90 minutes. And he said he would never, ever not shake another captain's hand. And that's how it should be. Even if you lose, you should be better in defeat. And he was absolutely terrible. The big crybabies, I think Arteta is deflected from the poor performance that Arsenal put in. I think he's done this because he knows they got absolutely hammered. They only had one shot on goal. So how can they even say they were robbed of 3 points? They had one shot on goal. That was the Martinelli one, which Nick Pope just patted down. Simple as that. They were out-fought on that football pitch for 90 minutes. They didn't even come close to us. And this is why Arteta lost his rag over the goal that we scored, because he needed something else to pave over that performance, I think, personally. A lot of people have been saying it now, and I think it's true. I think he's literally done a Kevin Keegan to forget about the performance on the pitch, to put all the attention on him and the club, not on how poor Arsenal were. I mean, we didn't even have a full-strength team. We didn't even really go at them fully like we could have. And we just outfought them, outclassed them on the day. We took our moment when it came. Yes, there's controversy over it, but all we keep saying is that all the referee and the linesmen, they allowed everything to flow. The referee was poor, wasn't he, at times, but he let things go. And for me, if there wasn't VAR, that goal would have stood. There wouldn't have been any questions about it. But they looked at 3 different points in that goal and couldn't find 100% conclusive reason to rule that goal out. The ball was in by Fanny's hair. It wasn't a foul, because if you watch it, stop freeze framing it. If you just watch it, Gabriel jumps forward. He misses the header. Joelinton's jumping forward as well. It looks like he's pushing him. He's not. It's soft. Gabriel never even whinges. It can't be offside because they haven't got the angles. They don't know when the ball struck Joelinton. They don't know where Gordon was at the time. They couldn't put lines on. The goal stands. 1-0. We win. We deserved it. It's as simple as that. Evening Splat. Hope you're well, mate. Can you hear me all right? Just let me know, because my friend Andy couldn't hear me. But what we're really here for is to talk about this. It's a massive, massive game tomorrow. It's an early kickoff as well, which I'm absolutely devastated about because I'm working 7 till 7, so I'm actually going to miss the game. But we need to tame the yellow wall tomorrow. Their atmosphere is going to be absolutely phenomenal tomorrow. Honestly, Andy's still trying to get back on. It's brilliant. Your connection was crap. I love it. But yeah, this is a massive, massive, massive game. And Eddie Howe did his press conference today with Shaw. Brilliant. I've got my set of the microphone, which is obviously broke, or the connection is, after yesterday. But Eddie Howe spoke to the media ahead of the game. He also had Fabian Shaw with him, which was fantastic because he's been absolutely immense for us. Looking back at the game against Dortmund was a useful exercise, but they may change the way they play, and we may change the way we play. I think it was two evenly balanced teams going against each other. That game could have gone either way. I hope we can get the fine margins right in this game. He is in the middle of the North Sea, to be fair. I'll just say thanks for trying. Live TV never goes right, does it? But he's right. I mean, that Dortmund game, yes, we lost 1-0. They counter-attacked us and scored a great goal. Good evening, Neil. Hope you're well, pal. But we hit the bar twice, and Wilson missed a sitter, didn't he? That game could have easily swung in our favour and won 2-1, or at least got a point. But we didn't. We were unlucky. It wasn't our best performance, but it wasn't our worst performance, and it wasn't the best crowd's performance, and it wasn't their worst performance either. I've heard the crowd worse than that. But the crowd were back against Arsenal, and that's our away fans will do us proud. It's as simple as that. That's going to be hard tomorrow, fighting against that yellow wall, fighting against that noise. They will be loud, and it will be very, very interesting tomorrow. I can't wait. Hey, Gary's made it. All right, pal?
All right.
Just got home.
Yep. Just got in.
Russian. I tried to get Andy on, who's in the middle of the North Sea, on a boat with loads of Geordies to try and see if he could do 15 minutes, but it kept on cutting out. I was a bit gutted.
In the middle.
It would have been a very interesting 15 minutes of live TV had he been able to get the North Shields lads on, but he couldn't do it. It was just that we were just saying. Eddie Howe had his press conference. He said that the Dortmund game was two good teams going at it against each other, and on a different night, it was quite evenly balanced. But with the chances we had, we could have took one or two of them. We could have won that game.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I mean, I've seen the game, but I'm just trying to go through my head with it. Obviously, there was the
Wilson off
the chances in the last 10 minutes where we hit the crossbar and stuff. I remember the first half. I thought we were a bit slow in the first half. We came out in the second half a bit better, but I think Gordon had a chance as well, didn't he? In the first half,
yeah, he hit the bar. In the first half, yes.
Yeah, the keeper pulled off a good save, didn't he? In the first 15 minutes or something. But it was one of those. I thought Dortmund are probably the best team I've seen at St. James's play Newcastle's way. I think from every other team I've seen this season, Dortmund tried to basically silence the crowd from minute one, and it worked. And
They did really well.
it was but I think it'll be a different game tomorrow, and they're coming off the back of a big defeat at home at the weekend against Bayern Munich. So they're clearly, I think they're a good side, but maybe they're not as good at the back as I thought they were, because 4-0 is a bit of a houting at home. I know it's Bayern Munich, but it's still a houting, isn't it?
There's an actual Macam on the boat.
Are you joking?
No, that's going out of Dortmund. There's a Macam on the boat. I can't believe it.
Bricks. Hey,
oh, man. When I was walking through town on Saturday, there must have been a stag do, because one of the guys was wearing a Sunderland shirt with Johnson on the back. And it's a stag do when they're doing that.
Oh, well, that was
and he was just getting battered left, right and centre. Anyway, right, so Eddie Howe on team mentality. Every game is a must-win. The team is overused in football. The term is overused in football. We prepare only to win games, and we don't have anything else in our minds. That is what we're trying to do with this one. Going away to Milan and drawing 0-0, he didn't want to draw. He wanted to win the game. He wants to win the game against PSG. He wanted to win the game against Dortmund. That's the right way. It's the right attitude to have. If you want to be a big club, you've got to have that mentality, don't you?
No, yeah. I mean, sometimes you can think. I don't think you can ever play for you must be lost. I don't think you can ever play for a draw, because I think the minute you start playing for a draw, then chances are you're going to lose, right? So I think you've got to have a game plan. Eddie is one of the best at it with a game plan. It doesn't matter who
Yeah.
he's playing. And he will have a different game plan tomorrow that he had on Saturday. So, but it's going to be a tough, tight game again. That's for certain. And I just think, oh, Jesus. 2-0.
2-0 to Spurs.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
Oh, he's offside. He's offside.
Oh,
but it's it's going to be a tough game. But Eddie will have a game plan. He'll probably go off what happened in the first leg as well, and just simple things like that. It's very close, man. That offside. But
yeah.
But I think
Controversy again.
Oh, here it comes. Here comes the line. But but I'm looking now. To be honest, it's very tight. I think he's just off. Just off.
I forgot to put it on.
Oh, if they're doing feet mind, it's very close.
I had a feeling Spurs would win tonight, but I wanted a draw because I don't want Chelsea to get any momentum to start pushing them up the table, because they have got talent in that squad. It's just taken a lot longer for them to gel.
Do you know what it is? I might sound like a complete idiot here, but I still think Tottenham aren't as good as they look, if that makes sense.
Right. This is my theory, right? Remember last season, Arsenal had an easy start, comfortable start to the season.
Yes.
They had 10. Oh, geez, that is tight. He looks off, though.
Yeah.
They had 10 games that were all winnable. And I said to my mate at work, who's an Arsenal fan, I said, if you win those 10 games, or you go undefeated at least, that gives you the momentum to carry it on into the bigger games. And that's what you'll do. And that's how you will come close to winning the league. And that's what happened. And that's what Spurs are doing. Spurs have had a great start to the season. They had an easy road. Personally, I think they've had one of the easiest starts to anyone. And they're just carrying it on into the bigger games, which is exactly what Arsenal did. They will run close this season, I think. But they will... It all depends if they do the dip we had.
Yeah.
If they get a dip like that, can they cope with it?
Yeah.
He's off.
I think look, I know they're not playing as many games, right? But I could be wrong here, because I hate people having an opinion on other clubs' injuries, because you don't really know. But Tottenham don't seem to have had many injuries to me. They seem to have had a very settled football team this season.
And that helps. So did we. That's why we did so well.
And I think I think they're a good side. But I don't think that. I mean, people were saying
I think they're one injury away from a meltdown. Yeah.
And I think people are going on about Chelsea. People keep forgetting this is not Chelsea of old, mind. This is Chelsea who literally aren't very good. I'm sorry, they're not. So it's
not at the moment, but on paper and in depth in the squad, you look at it and you go, if they get it right, they could be dangerous for years to come, because they've got that much young talent. But money doesn't buy you success. So we'll just have to wait and see. Right. More news. Tino Livramento obviously came on at the weekend at half-time for Dan Burn, who hurt his back. Tino's a very good player. He showed that coming into a difficult moment on Saturday. That game was evenly poised and the atmosphere was red hot. He was playing against a very good opponent, and he has come on and done very well again. We will make decisions on team selection based on the information we have. Now, Tino's just quality, so we'll just jump on to the next one very quickly. Obviously, it is about Dan Burn and why Tino had to come on. So, unfortunately, Dan will be out for some time. It could be a couple of months. This is a sort of speculative answer. He landed on his spine. I think he's got a problem with the base of his spine, and it's a big blow for us. He's been gigantic for us since he signed for a lot of different reasons. His character, his determination, his experience and versatility too. So it's not just one position we are losing. We're losing that centre-back cover again, aren't we? Because Botman's still out. And now we've got Dan Burn, who was like kind of, he's playing left back, but he can slip into centre-back as well. We've lost our cover. We're now another head injury away to Shaw to being fucked. It's the only way to put it, isn't it, really?
I've been following the club for 30 years, mate, and I've never seen as bad as this for injury. we've had injury crises before, but
Yeah, I
not
don't
this,
think we've had
not
it.
to
No,
this,
not like this.
not like this. This is like, I wouldn't care all the injuries we're getting are not short-term injuries either. They're long-term injuries.
Yeah.
Every flaming one of them. And Tonali getting suspended hasn't helped at all.
No.
But like Eddie says, he's like, he doesn't moan about it. He just gets on with it. And
Exactly, you have to.
I mean, look, when I saw Dan Burn hit the deck, I mean, oh my God, it looked bad. Like, and when he
Yeah.
kept holding his back, I thought he's coming
You
off
could
at half
tell.
time.
You could tell the way he was running,
Yeah,
couldn't you? The
he
way
wasn't
like,
comfortable.
I reckon he slipped a disc or something personally.
Oh, without a doubt. Well, apparently he's cracked something at the bottom of his back. So
That's even worse.
that I mean, put it this way, I've done my coccyx before, and I couldn't move. I didn't break my coccyx, I bruised it, and I couldn't move for 2 weeks. And it is not pleasant.
He's going to
Do you know what it is? There's a
while,
potential setting off, yeah.
Oh, he got the ball.
He got the
He's
ball,
given
but
a yellow
well,
card. Is he out of control? Is it dangerous? Is it just like Havertz?
well, I tell you
Lunging
what,
in
if this is a red card, then
Havertz should have been a red card.
Havertz should have been a red card. I mean,
Let's
I mean,
have a
look, Havertz should have been sent off for me anyway. I thought it was a rotten tackle, and Longstaff could have
Oh,
broken
it
his
has
leg.
gone in. Why has he gone in with 2 feet though?
You tell me.
What was the point in that?
I think he's got away with that because of Sterling.
Ooh.
I think Sterling's gate got him away with that by getting out of the way. And do you know what it
Tell
is?
you what, that's out of control though, isn't it? I know
Yeah.
he's won the ball, but that's dangerous because he's gone down like that on him.
Look,
With his legs,
Longstaff,
like on an angle.
Longstaff kept Havertz on the pitch as well. And I've seen a picture of Havertz. He fully jumped in the air.
Oh yeah, he did. But
Fully
he went in
jumped in the air.
one-footed though, and he caught him with his. He only caught him slightly with his leading foot, which was why he got away with it. But that if he catches Sterling flush on, that's an ankle breaker.
Oh, without a doubt. Without
I
a
know
doubt.
people say, well, he got the ball, but he's gone in with 2 feet like that. That is ridiculous. Oh, they've kept him on the pitch.
Oh, he's still on. It's a yellow card.
That's ridiculous. That he's very, very lucky. Very, very lucky.
Look. You can go on about for all you want. I mean, personally, I thought the decisions at the weekend were very close. But they've been proved to be, well, the ball out was right.
Wrong. Yeah.
Joe
Wasn't a free
Linton,
kick.
no, not for me. Gabriel needs to be stronger, and he wasn't offside. So I don't know what the
offside
major
still confuses me because he's ahead of the goalkeeper. But
Yeah.
I always thought the offside was it has to go forward for you to be offside, and the ball went backwards.
Yeah.
So I
don't think everybody knows the rules. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I thought originally the ball was out. I thought it was out, and then, but obviously, this is what Arsenal fans can't get in their head, right? Is because we're looking at a different angle, it looks out. But when you just turn around.
Did you see the one that Gary Neville did? Gary Neville showed the angle that it was out, and then when you get the above angle, it's like in by 1-1. Chelsea have scored.
Just like that.
Draws a good result for us. It really is. Right, let's have a look at who's out for Dortmund. That's the most important thing at the moment. Emre Can's out. I was a bit surprised at that. He was a big player for them against us. In the first game, I was quite surprised at how well he played. Because I remember him at Liverpool, and I don't think he was that good. But he really stepped up his game against us. This is what their potential lineup could be. So a 4-3-3, same as us. Oh God, that goal is so scrappy, but it's Sterling, isn't it?
There might be an issue here on this goal. I think the goal is going to stand, but I think Romero might have kicked out at the Chelsea player after he went down. Sterling's handballed as well.
Is it? Oh, well, they're not going to get it. That's not going to stand, is it?
I'll tell you what,
looking at their team again, I mean, it's not filled with superstars. It's a hard-working team.
Yeah,
we're going to have to outbattle them, aren't we? Really, if we want to win this game.
Oh, without a doubt, and they're going to battle hard. Of course, that they're not full of superstars. But what they are is they're a tough team to play, and they're going to play exactly the same way they did at St.James Park. And this is why I think the beat were, because our strength is basically our commitment, our pressure, our hard work, and Dortmund matched it in the Champions League game. And I've always said, if you match Newcastle's intensity, you've got a chance. And that Dortmund are the only team for me this season who've fully done that. And
that's a red card for the Spurs. It's a handball, but that is a kick out at the Chelsea player. So that is a red. That's a red card.
I tell you what, like it's going to take it off our game in a minute, and I'll have our stuff.
It is. I mean, it is definitely a handball. There's no doubt about it. Whether it's deliberate, but it's caused a goal, so it's going to be given a handball. I hope you guys don't mind watching that. We are talking about the Chelsea Spurs game as well, because it is on. Right, we're talking about our crisis. Here it is in picture. It's like, oh my god. So Harvey Barnes, Target, Anderson, Murphy, Isak, Tonali, Botman, and Dan Burn. All missing. Right, it's definitely been ruled out. Handball.
No.
But are they going to give a red card for the kick out? That's what I want to know. But all these players are missing. All these are big. Some of them are big players. Some of them aren't. I mean, someone said to me we had 11 first team players out. We don't have 11 first team players out. Anderson, Target, Murphy, Barnes. They weren't starting 11. They were fringe to start at 11, weren't they, really? I mean, we've still got a strong team when you look at what we've done. Now, the big debate is going to be between us right now is who starts at left back. Lewis Hall ready, or do we put Trips at left back and Tino at right back?
I think Lewis Hall's ready, but I think he'll play Tino and Trips.
Yeah?
Yeah, I do. I think Tino will start at right back, and I think Trips will start at left back. That's what I think will happen. I think Lewis Hall is ready, but
I'm saying I also think Willock won't start because Bruno's suspended at the weekend, and I think Willock comes in and does 90 minutes at the weekend.
Yeah, 1,000,000%. Willock will come on for about 15, 20 minutes, depending on what's happening in the game or injuries, lo and behold. But Wilson's the interesting one for me because
they took him off early. Start Wilson? 0-0, so I think he starts. I think they took him off to start him.
Yeah, I mean, possibly, because look, I personally don't think Wilson's going to start tomorrow and the weekend. So he's going to start one of them. It just depends which one. I think Gordon will play up front the other one.
I think he'll play up front against Bournemouth if we're going to do that. But I think it depends on where we are in the game tomorrow to how many minutes Wilson gets. If you see him come off after 70, he'll be starting against Bournemouth.
Oh, yeah, 1,000,000%. I think it's the way of mind. We are seriously getting to the stage now, mind, where another injury and we're getting in the youth system with some positions. It's getting that bad. And I mean, injury to Wilson, obviously Gordon can go there, but you're looking at the rest of them. I mean,
no
obviously Target's out of the way.
Exactly. No one could have foreseen all these injuries and that suspension to Tonali. I mean, we're talking about 11 players out. That would deplete most, decent teams in the Premier League.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Man City would find it difficult with that many injuries.
Chelsea's the only one who wouldn't.
Yeah, well, Chelsea have had that in the last couple of years where they have suffered with a lot of injuries. Yeah. And I think, look, the one thing I will say is about our injuries this season are what I would call freak injuries, like bizarre ones you don't get very often. And Harvey Barnes, Dan Burn, Matt Target pulling his hamstring in a minute and a half. It's just like that bizarre injuries.
Anderson's back as well.
And Anderson's back. I mean, Isak's is a normal one, I would say, but the rest of them are just like, look at Botman. I mean, he comes back and we haven't seen him since.
Yeah, we don't even know what's wrong with him. Now, some people have been quoting that he's going to be out for the full season.
Well, that's probably 1-1.
You're well ahead of me.
I'm at, all right, 1-1. Yeah. Chelsea have really come into it since Tottenham scored. But
going on.
Oh, he's offside. Oh my God, this game.
Offside again. Brilliant.
Hey God, it's one of those. I tell you what, Tottenham got that look. But no, it's we are seriously getting to the stage now with injuries where seriously we can't have any more.
No,
I mean,
we will struggle
look,
big time.
Luke's confirmed it. The Northeast journalists have confirmed it as well. Our owners will seriously be looking at January here because our injury list is that bad. I think the owners are going to have to move in January.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I
It's a great
don't think
strike.
we've got any
Who's
choice.
offside there?
I'm trying to work it out. I think he's saying.
Casado's scored. It's whether the person in front of the keeper is offside and if he's interfering with play.
I think he's saying Sterling, possibly interfering with play. Gary Neville's not happy with Romero's tackle either. I tell you what, this has had more controversy than our game. This.
It has, yeah.
No, that wasn't a penalty, he missed him. Anyway, but it's no, we cannot have any more. But the problem is we've got some serious games coming up soon.
There we have, yeah. Chelsea, Man United.
Yeah, and Tottenham. I think we've got Tottenham as well.
Sterling for me is onside. I think he's all right. I think the score will stand.
Yeah, I don't see any.
Just
they're going to say, is he interfering with play here? That's what they're going to say.
He is if he's offside, yeah, because the ball's gone. He's jumped over it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So if he's onside, it's fine. If he's offside, the goal will get disallowed.
I'll tell you one thing, man. This game's going to take off all the shit we've had for a couple of days from our game.
Yeah.
Because this is going to dominate now, and it's like, and I think this is worse than ours. To be honest, I think ours is a bit more easier than this. This has been like up and down this game. There's been loads of them.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. This because I think he's flagged for the other player in the middle, and I think he is onside. I think that Tottenham player is leaning back, and I think if anything, Sterling's arse is offside.
Yeah,
can you imagine that?
They're going to say offside. They're saying offside. They're saying offside.
Are they? Oh wow, yeah. That is so tight. I think Trips and Hall will go 50-50 on the game. Also, I think Wilson will play for so long, then we will move Gordon in the middle. There's a possibility we'll do that, but then it's very samey to the weekend, and Dortmund will be ready for that. I, like you said, Gary, I don't think Hall starts. I think Tino does. I think Tino's proved himself as the more ready player.
Oh, without a doubt. I think Lewis Hall is ready. I think he proved that at Old Trafford, but I just think
Tino, two man of the matches, hasn't he, in the Carabao Cup in the two same games. I just think he's proved himself more, hasn't he?
Yeah. So, do you know what is? Sorry, I keep going on about this game. Romero might be getting sent off here.
It was a bit of a dodgy challenge in the box, to be fair, though.
To be honest,
but if that's a dodgy challenge, then it should be a penalty.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're checking a possible penalty.
Right.
He's went right over the ball there, man. Do you know the Man United player who got sent off at Old Trafford for that? Was it Casemiro? He got sent off for that exact incident.
Well, so he should go, didn't he?
Yeah, he should go. Yeah,
they've just done the Sterling one. No one's touched Sterling. He's dived. But that is naughty.
Yeah, I know. He's checking the screen here, mate. I think it's going to be a penalty.
But he's gone right through him, hasn't he? He has kicked the ball. He's just carried on. And he's put his studs into his ankle.
Yeah.
I mean, could you have controlled his momentum?
Ooh, I mean, he got the ball,
but it's the aggression.
Do you know what I would call that? A Bruno Guimaraes tackle?
Yeah. Look how high he is up on his shin.
I think it's
a tough one because he's got
It's a tough one because he's got the ball, but he's followed through.
But he also has to make the challenge. Oh, he's going to
Gary Neville. I'm trying to think of what would happen if I was doing that. I don't think he's. Hold on.
You'll know before
Gary Neville's Gary Neville's right. It's definitely going to be a penalty. It's whether it's a red card.
Right.
Now, it's one of those for me. I'm
disallowed goal, offside, red card, penalty.
I'm 50-50 here with I met it.
The player, if you look at it where he's looking.
He's looking at the ball.
Yeah.
He's been sent off.
Has he?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think that was one of those. that was one of those for me. Like I think he
it's
went fully for the ball, and he's went in hard.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's the follow up, but I could see that not being sending off.
It's a tough one, isn't it?
I mean, Tottenham fans aren't happy because they've just seen it on the screen.
Yeah.
But he got the ball. It's just he went in with a hard tackle. He got the. It's a funny one, that one for me. Do you know what it is?
How he's followed through. He should have followed. If he followed through on the ground, he would have got a yellow card potentially, or maybe nothing because he got the ball. But because he was that high on the shin, I think that's the reason why they're giving the red card, because he's that high up and it looks dangerous.
Look, Casemiro got sent off for that, so to send him.
So did Bruno.
Yeah, Bruno got sent off for it, against Southampton. So it must be a red card. But it's one of those, I don't think he intended to go in. I just think it was a hard, strong tackle from him. I don't think he intended to go in to hurt him. Whereas Havertz, I think Havertz went to hurt Sean Longstaff at the weekend. That's the difference.
It's a tough one. What's he doing?
He's taking Johnson off and bringing Dyer on because it's...
is Romero actually leaving the pitch? Looked like he went back into the penalty box.
He's probably upset.
Is he actually going? Brilliant. I love it.
Been one of those. Anyway, it's a penalty.
Yeah, there we are then. So would you see any other potential changes or jigs? I mean, there's nothing else we could do. I mean, obviously I say Willock for me because of Bruno's suspension. I think Bruno plays the full 90 tomorrow, as long as he's having a good game, of course. I think Willock comes on 20 minutes ago, maybe, if we needed. Gordon up front, Joelinton on the left, or Willock on the left. And then Willock plays a full 90 minutes at the weekend.
Yeah, I think there's only two spots for me. Like I said before, Wilson and Hall. But I personally think you're right with the back four. I think that will be the back four. But then again, if you play Gordon up front, who plays on the left? You know what I mean? He's not going to play Willock.
That's where he won't start him. But that could be the possible change after 70 minutes to keep Wilson fresh enough for the weekend as well.
Possibly, yeah. It's one of those. But the problem is when I look at that team now as well, there is players in that team who have picked injuries up as well. They're not likes of Joe Linton and Wilson. Longstaff had an injury last season. They're not players. Well, they're not Alan Shearer's, are there? Some of them where it's going to take something drastic for them to be out. I wouldn't be surprised if in the next couple of weeks one of them's injured. You know what I mean? It's just like
I know it's horrible.
It's getting really bad. It's getting really bad. I mean, look, you can go on about injury record and say we should have done more in the summer, this, that, and the other, but nobody would have foresaw that many injuries, mate. I think you just look and you probably go 5 at the most.
Yeah.
That's what you probably plan for, not 10, 9, 10. No. That's just ridiculous. But we need to get them back as quick as possible because.
We do.
But it is what it is.
It is. Right. The table, how it stands before we go. Please get your score predictions in for people who are commenting. I'd love to know what you think the score will be. PSG, obviously, after we thumped them, have come back fighting and got 6 points, 2 wins since that defeat. They won the first game and then won the third game, didn't they? Dortmund obviously go ahead of us because it doesn't go on goal difference. It goes on games against to start with. And if the games they're against are the same, it then goes to goal difference. Bit of a strange way to do it, but that's how they do it. And Milan, right bottom, where the little dickheads belong, with 2 points.
So if we beat PSG away, then we're above PSG 2-1. Hey, this is a hell of a game, this. Oh, he's offside. Yes. Oh my God.
He's offside again. So if we would be ahead of them anyway because of that. So if Paris Saint-Germain draw with Milan and go to 7 points, we get beat off Dortmund.
Yeah.
And then we beat Paris Saint-Germain next week and we're level on points with 7. We'll go ahead of them because we beat them twice.
We're ahead of them because you beat them twice.
Yeah. So goal difference doesn't count. It counts only as secondary. So Yeah,
What a
this
strange
group
thing
is
to do.
still so tight, though, isn't it? I mean, I know
Oh.
Milan have only got 2 points, but they're still in it. If Milan beat PSG, we go to 5
And
points.
It's at Milan, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's at look. If Milan don't beat PSG tomorrow, then they're out of it. That's for me. They're gone. Right. I don't think if we get.
I don't think they're gone. I think if we draw tomorrow and go to 5 points, Milan could still technically do it. Because they could beat Dortmund and they could beat us, and then they'll be through.
I think.
It's mental.
Look, I think me and you both said it that look, we need to get something from our next 2 away games. A victory would be great, right?
A point.
I mean,
a draw.
look, mine. As long as we go into the Milan game needing, even if it's a victory, we have to win to go in to the next round.
Yeah.
Then that's what I would take right now. Needing to beat Milan at home to go into the next round, I would gladly take that right now. But obviously, you've got to remember, third goes into Europa League as well. So
it does, yeah.
It's all to play for.
I think we get a point tomorrow because we can't have Dortmund win. If Dortmund win, I think that's us out.
Yeah, I agree.
I think if we draw, and then it's a tough one because you've got PSG away. Then I think if PSG beat us, they're through. But then it depends what Dortmund does at Milan.
You know what we need?
There's so many. We really could do with another win. An away win would put us through with a home win as well.
I'll tell you what will make things interesting, mind, is if PSG win tomorrow and go on 9 points, right, and we get a draw tomorrow, I think PSG might potentially rest players against us. Potentially.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because they're already through, aren't they?
Yeah, because they're already through, right? Or they're on the verge of it or something like that, because I'm not quite sure how it works at the minute. But it's so we're probably, I know this sounds ridiculous, but we'll probably need PSG to beat Milan tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right. So forget about first place. I didn't think we were going to finish first anyway. I thought PSG would anyway. So if PSG win tomorrow, then they will not be like this thingy against us. No.
The next 2 games, or they're going to think, well, we're already through.
Yes. So I think they might potentially rest players. So if we win tomorrow, I mean, it's so tight, man. We win tomorrow, PSG get beat, we're top of the group. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but I think if PSG win tomorrow and we win tomorrow, they won't rest players against us because they want to.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. No, I agree, 100%. PSG have to win, and we have to go.
Conundrums in there.
That's why it was called the group of death, though, because it was difficult.
It was always going to be like this, wasn't it?
And Newcastle made it difficult because we were the team in pot 4s are meant to be the easy teams, and we're not an easy team, and that's the problem. And I mean, I don't know what happens if we got Champions League next season. Do we go into pot 4 next season? I don't know.
There's no pots next season. It's a league format.
Oh, it's changed, hasn't it? Yeah,
it's all changed. And this is the last time we're going to see these kind of groups and enjoy it.
It's one big league, isn't it? Yeah, I remember now. Aye.
But it's so poised. It's going to be a great night of football tomorrow. I know we're playing. The thing is, we're playing early, so we can put pressure on Milan and on PSG if we actually beat Dortmund as well, or get a point. Everyone will be thinking, "Ooh," and it's like a 5:30, 5:45, isn't it? So, it's like you're the only one in the chat, mate, who's commenting. I think people are at work or busy tonight, but hopefully they'll watch it back and comment. Right, last little bit. What's the score going to be, Gary?
Oh, bloody hell. I've just got there's something about Newcastle at the minute, and I would have, like a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I would have went for a draw, but I've got this feeling we're going to sneak a win. I've just got this feeling. There's something about this team. I cannot. They're not the greatest Newcastle side I've ever seen, but I tell you what, when it comes to passion and determination and team spirit, they're number one. They beat everybody else below who I've ever seen, and I think they're going to win 2-1. Honestly, I really do. I've just got this feeling they're going to sneak it. And because I think the difference is Dortmund's tactics worked brilliantly at St. James's because they had to be the away side, basically. Now Dortmund have got to go for it more. That's all. Do you know when we've got our backs when we've got our backs to the wall, we get stronger. Arsenal, when we scored that goal at the weekend, Arsenal had a lot of possession, but we just get stronger. That's when we're our best. And I think I've got a feeling, we're going to sneak it 2-1.
I'm going to go.
I didn't think that a couple of weeks ago, but
I'm going to go another 1-0 masterclass.
Yeah.
I think so. We'll see.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
It's going to be good. I'm going to watch as much as I can of it at work, but I'll see as much as I can. Right, don't forget, guys, hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed tonight's show. Don't forget about our amazing sponsors, Diet Crow. Link is in the description. They've got some amazing stuff out: candles, bed sheets, the full lot. Get your kids kitted out for Christmas, and you can get 20% off as well for doing so. And don't forget to register your interest if you would like one of these badges, because we need about 20 people to be able to cover the cost of making them, and we've got about 8, I think. So we need 12 more. Splat says, excellent show as always, guys. Thanks, mate. Sorry for the first 5 minutes with Andy. It didn't quite work out. I thought it was going to be absolutely hilarious. Listen to all the Toon fans absolutely singing and dancing on that boat, but it didn't quite work out. But yeah, we'll let you know when we're live again. So I'm not too sure yet, but we'll work it out. Take care till next time, everyone. Cheers.